1967, the height of the Cold War. A clandestine research facility buried deep within the Californian desert, operated by a shadowy agency known as the Directorate of Science Intelligence, or DSI. Codenamed Project Pelican, its purpose and activities remain shrouded in mystery for decades until now. What we've recently uncovered will leave you questioning everything you know about conventional science. This isn't some tale of tinfoil hat conspiracies. It's a story grounded in reality, backed by documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act and first-hand accounts from those who dared to speak out. Imagine this: a team of top-secret scientists, handpicked for their expertise in quantum physics, biochemistry, and advanced engineering, working together on something so groundbreaking that it defied all logic and reason. They weren't just pushing boundaries, they were annihilating them. The first shocking revelation came when we discovered the existence of a document labeled Experiment 342b. It detailed a procedure involving the exposure of living organisms to previously unknown forms of radiation, resulting in rapid mutations and unforeseen side effects. The goal? To create a new type of life, one that could survive in environments deemed uninhabitable by current standards. But it didn't stop there. Further digging led us to Experiment 789c, where they attempted to manipulate time itself. Yes, you heard that right. Utilizing an intricate network of particle accelerators and gravitational wave emitters, these rogue scientists aimed to bend the very fabric of space-time. Their notes suggest they succeeded in creating temporal anomalies, but at what cost? And then there's Experiment 105c, perhaps the most perplexing of all. It involved the creation of a substance dubbed zero-point energy conductor. If the cryptic logs are to be believed, this material allowed for the harnessing and manipulation of energy from another dimension, or so they claimed. Yet despite these mind-bending discoveries, many questions remain unanswered. Who authorized such risky and ethically questionable experiments? What happened to the researchers involved? And most importantly, what became of their work? We may never know the full extent of Project Pelican's activities, but one thing is clear. The lines between science fact and science fiction were blurred in that California lab. And while the establishment would prefer these stories stay buried, we believe in shedding light on the strange, unusual, and often suppressed corners of scientific history. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the mysteries surrounding Project Pelican and other classified experiments that challenge our understanding of reality itself. 1968, a small town in California's Santa Clara Valley became the epicenter of an extraordinary scientific project. The town of Sunnyvale, known for its sunshine and suburban tranquility, found itself host to a group of eccentric scientists, their clandestine sponsors, and a research initiative that would challenge the boundaries of science as we know it. Welcome to the enigma that is Project Pelican. Project Pelican was led by Dr. Robert Cornog, an experimental physicist with an unconventional approach to scientific inquiry. A prodigious inventor, Cornog held over 100 patents and served as a key figure in the development of radar technology during World War II. Alongside him was Dr. Eleanor Ellis Lattis, a brilliant chemist who had previously worked at the revered Bell Labs. The researchers operated under the auspices of the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, the United States Department of Defense's secretive research and development agency. DARPA's mission is to maintain the technological superiority of the U.S. military, often investing in high-risk, high-reward projects that push the frontiers of science and technology. Project Pelican, however, was not your typical DARPA initiative. Confidential documents reveal that the project aimed to develop a plasma stealth screen, a material capable of bending electromagnetic waves around an object to render it invisible to radar. The research team worked with exotic materials like lithium and gallium, exploring their unique properties in an attempt to manipulate plasma for this groundbreaking application. The scientists' unconventional methods raised eyebrows among their DARPA supervisors, who eventually pulled the plug on Project Pelican in 1973 due to a lack of tangible progress and mounting costs. Despite the project's termination, Cornog and Lattis continued working together for another decade at the Stanford Research Institute, where they pursued research interests that further blurred the lines between fact and science fiction. The townspeople of Sunnyvale remained largely unaware of the strange scientific activities happening in their midst. However, a few locals reported unusual occurrences during Project Pelican's operation: power outages, unexplained noises, and even a mysterious fire at the research facility. These anecdotes paint a picture of a community caught up in a whirlwind of groundbreaking research, with unanswered questions lingering to this day. The true nature of Project Pelican remains shrouded in mystery. Despite numerous Freedom of Information Act requests, many details surrounding the project remain classified, fueling speculation and intrigue. What we do know is that a team of brilliant scientists, backed by one of the most powerful research agencies in the world, attempted to bend reality to their will in a small California town. As we continue to unravel the mysteries surrounding Project Pelican and other classified experiments, we are reminded of the importance of transparency and accountability in scientific research. The pursuit of knowledge is a noble endeavor, but when conducted behind closed doors, it can give rise to questions that linger long after the experiments have ended. Join us as we delve deeper into this fascinating story, exploring the strange, unusual, and often suppressed corners of scientific history. Together, we'll continue to ask the questions that challenge our understanding of reality itself. 1968, a quiet suburban neighborhood in Sunnyvale, California. The setting seems mundane enough, but beneath this tranquil facade, something extraordinary was taking place. Here, at the home of physicist and inventor Jack Houck, an event occurred that defies explanation even by today's standards, the inertial propulsion experiment. Houck claimed to have developed a device capable of neutralizing gravity's hold on objects, allowing them to float freely in midair. The machine consisted of two 8-inch diameter discs mounted on a common axis and rotated at high speeds. A third disc, positioned above the pair, was then subjected to an intense magnetic field. Under these conditions, Houck reported witnessing small metallic objects levitate without any apparent means of support. But how could such a thing be possible? Gravity is one of nature's most fundamental forces, responsible for keeping our feet on the ground and planets in their orbits. It seems implausible that it could be so easily overcome. Yet numerous witnesses, including scientists from NASA and Lockheed Martin, claim to have seen this bizarre phenomenon with their own eyes. One possible explanation lies in the realm of quantum mechanics. According to the uncertainty principle, introduced by Werner Heisenberg in 1927, it's impossible to simultaneously know both the position and momentum of a particle with absolute precision. This inherent fuzziness at the subatomic level may open up room for unusual behaviors like levitation. However, applying quantum effects to macroscopic objects is no small feat. While photons can indeed exhibit strange properties due to their wave-particle duality, larger objects tend to follow classical physics rules more strictly. Bridging this gap between the micro and macro worlds remains one of the biggest challenges in modern physics. Another theory involves Casimir forces, named after Dutch physicist Hendrik Casimir, who predicted them in 1948. These forces arise from fluctuations in the quantum vacuum, leading to attractive or repulsive effects between uncharged conductive plates placed very close together. In principle, these forces could counteract gravity, but they decay rapidly with distance, making them unlikely candidates for Houck's observations. Despite these potential explanations, no concrete evidence has ever been presented to support the claims made about the Sunnyvale experiment. The original device was reportedly dismantled, and replication attempts by other researchers have failed. In the end, the inertial propulsion experiment remains a captivating mystery, a tantalizing glimpse into a realm where our understanding of physics may be fundamentally flawed or incomplete. As we continue to push the boundaries of scientific knowledge, who knows what other strange phenomena await us in the shadows? The pursuit of truth is rarely straightforward, but it's always fascinating. The inertial propulsion experiment was a groundbreaking research initiative conducted in California during the height of the space race. Headed by Dr. Franklin Ratliff, a respected physicist from Stanford University, the project aimed to challenge conventional wisdom and explore alternative means of propulsion for space travel. However, the promising endeavor came to an abrupt halt under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind more questions than answers. In 1972, Dr. Ratliff and his team embarked on a journey to investigate the possibility of harnessing inertial mass reactions as a source of propulsion, without the need for traditional rocket fuels. Their work was funded by an anonymous donor, further fueling speculation about the true intentions behind this enigmatic project. Inertial mass acceleration, or IMA, had the potential to revolutionize space travel and reduce dependency on finite resources. The team made significant strides in their research, developing a prototype that demonstrated impressive results during initial tests. The device relied on a complex array of electromagnets and gyroscopes to manipulate inertial mass, generating a self-contained propulsion system capable of defying gravity's grip. It seemed as though Dr. Twining strides in their research. Ratliff and his colleagues had unlocked a new chapter in the history of physics. However, just as suddenly as it began, the project was terminated in 1976. The official explanation pointed to budget constraints and lack of tangible progress. However, those closely involved with the experiment paint a different picture. Interviews with former team members reveal an atmosphere of fear and intimidation, as government agents descended upon the lab, seizing all research materials and silencing anyone who dared speak about their work. Dr. Ratliff himself vanished without a trace shortly after the project's termination, leaving behind only cryptic notes hinting at external forces suppressing his groundbreaking discoveries. To this day, his whereabouts remain unknown. The fallout from the inertial propulsion experiment extended beyond the scientific community. Careers were destroyed, reputations tarnished, and a climate of fear settled over similar research projects across the country. Despite these efforts to bury the project's findings, some documents managed to surface through Freedom of Information Act requests, shedding light on the extent of government involvement in silencing Dr. Ratliff and his team. The suppression of the inertial propulsion experiment remains one of California's most intriguing scientific mysteries. Its abrupt halt and the subsequent efforts to erase any evidence of its existence raise questions about the boundaries of scientific exploration and the role of government in shaping our understanding of the universe. As we continue to push the frontiers of knowledge, the story of Dr. Actor Ratliff and his team serves as a sobering reminder that sometimes the pursuit of truth can lead us down darker paths than we ever imagined. 1968, the height of the Cold War. While the world's superpowers were locked in a battle of ideologies, something far more unusual was taking place in the quiet town of Adelanto, California. A team of scientists, led by the enigmatic Dr. Harold Ratliff, claimed to have made a groundbreaking discovery that could redefine our understanding of the universe. But instead of being hailed as heroes, they found themselves at the center of a cover-up that would last for decades. The story begins with the establishment of the top-secret research facility, funded by a shadowy government agency that has yet to be officially identified. The project's classified nature and the involvement of prominent scientists raised eyebrows, but it wasn't until years later that the true scope of their work came to light. Dr. Durfistament of the true scope of their work came to light. Ratliff and his team were reportedly on the verge of discovering a new form of energy when they vanished without a trace. The official explanation was a tragic lab accident, but recently declassified documents paint a very different picture. Witness testimonies speak of strange phenomena, including fluctuations in gravity and electromagnetic fields, suggesting that the scientists may have stumbled upon something far more extraordinary than they had bargained for. In the years following their disappearance, subsequent efforts to erase any evidence of the lab's existence raised questions about the boundaries of scientific exploration and the role of government in shaping our understanding of the universe. The cover-up extends to the highest levels of power, with officials using national security as a smokescreen to conceal the truth from the public. But why go to such lengths to hide the lab's existence? Some argue that the discovery of a new form of energy could have profound implications for global politics and the balance of power. Others point to the potential dangers of unchecked scientific progress, citing concerns over safety and ethical responsibility. As we delve deeper into this mystery, we are left with more questions than answers. Why was such an important project entrusted to a shadowy government agency? What really happened to Dr. Ratliff and his team? And most importantly, what secrets lie buried beneath the desert sands of Adelanto, California? The story of The Lost Lab serves as a sobering reminder that sometimes the pursuit of truth can lead us down darker paths than we ever imagined. As we continue to push the frontiers of knowledge, it is crucial that we remain vigilant in holding those in power accountable for their actions, lest we allow history to repeat itself. In the end, the truth may never be fully known. But as journalists and researchers, it is our duty to keep digging, to keep asking questions, and to keep shining a light on the shadows that powerful interests would rather remain hidden. For it is only through transparency and open dialogue that we can hope to build a better future for all. The aftermath of the strangest experiment in California history remains shrouded in mystery. A web of unanswered questions lingers, haunting researchers and enthusiasts alike. The true extent of the project's impact on science and society is still debated, leaving us to grapple with the remnants of this enigmatic chapter. The clandestine nature of the experiment, known as Project S, has made it nearly impossible for investigators to piece together the complete picture. Yet, through meticulous research and interviews with former government officials, we have uncovered fragments of information that hint at the project's far-reaching implications. One such example is the alleged connection between Project S and the development of advanced stealth technology. Whispers of a secret military initiative, codenamed Project Aurora, emerged in the late 1970s, around the same time that Project S was said to have ended. While no concrete evidence has been found to link the two projects directly, several key players in both endeavors shared notable similarities, leading some to speculate that there may be more to the story than meets the eye. Moreover, recent revelations from declassified documents suggest that Project S might have played a pivotal role in shaping modern artificial intelligence research. The documents hint at groundbreaking advancements made during the project's lifetime, which could explain why certain AI-related patents suddenly appeared in the years following its reported conclusion. If true, this would mean that the architects of Project S inadvertently laid the foundation for an entirely new field of science, forever altering the course of human history. Despite these tantalizing clues, many questions remain unanswered. Who were the masterminds behind Project S, and what were their ultimate goals? What dark secrets did they discover, and how have those secrets influenced the world we live in today? As journalists and researchers, we are bound by a sacred duty to seek out the truth, no matter where it may lead us. The path is often fraught with obstacles, as powerful interests work tirelessly to keep their secrets hidden from view. Yet, it is through our unwavering determination and commitment to transparency that we can hope to shed light on the shadows of the past and prevent history from repeating itself. In this quest for knowledge, we must remember that some mysteries may never be fully solved. The strangest experiment in California history may forever remain shrouded in uncertainty, its true nature obscured by the passage of time and the efforts of those who would prefer it stay hidden. But as we venture forth into the unknown, one thing remains clear: the search for truth is a journey without end. And so, we continue to dig, to ask questions, and to shine a light on the shadows that powerful interests would rather remain hidden. For it is only through transparency and open dialogue that we can hope to build a better future for all. And so, as we stand at the precipice of this enigma, gazing into the abyss of uncertainty, we are left with one haunting question: what other secrets lie buried within the annals of history, waiting to be discovered?